before people can be entrusted to Adam, he needed to sharpen his skill on how to lead, how to live in an environment where God has positioned or given you, and you are alone with no competition, with no spectator, with no one to impress. It's between you and God. The first person to impress, God. The first person to impress is who? Indoda idalelwe ukuimpressa uNkulunkulu kuqala before impress umuntu. Amen. Uyaphela madoda. Ngicela sibalekele lo mama yabo. Ngicela sibalekele yabo. Sithi amen. Ngisengisho mente engikhuluma iaddress obaba kufanele nivume nani ngoba navele madoda. Ayiboni ngamadodakazi. Yini inkinga yenu? So the first thing that God did when he created Adam, he put him in his presence. He put him in the place, in an environment conducive for Adam to hear from God, see God, and be able to manage himself and manage the environment. That was firstly a leadership blessing that he gave to a man. The first thing that God endowed a man with, leadership. Leadership. You are a leader. Say, I am a leader. And I was positioned by God to hear from God, to see God, to experience God, before I experience my environment. Before God entrusted a man with a family, he entrusted a man with a non-family. No creature that will give love to a man as his own family would do. For a man to exercise to love that which can't love back. For a man to learn to love without expectation. Ixoxo leyo ithanda kanjani ndoda? Imfene. Inkawu. Ayi bazalwane. Ihlahla. Ziyoyigona kanjani ndoda? Ziyoy appreciate kanjani ndoda? So the first experience of a man was not to receive from any environment in which he's in. It was to give without expectation. But as time goes, whatever he gives, he will receive from it. That's why uzwa ethi yidla njengokuthanda kwakho. Akaqala athi yidla uthi yilima insimu igcina uyigadi bese udla njengalokuthanda. So before aqala ukudla kuloko akutshalayo uqala atshala angatholi lutho. Which means I have a hope that tomorrow this thing will profit me. I should not give up on this person, because the more I do, the more I encourage, the more I cultivate, the more I inspire, the more I love, the more I do all this, one day, not now, but one day. If that mentality sing I adopt, especially as men, we are not good to have families, because a family, when you are a man, you give and you lose more first than receiving. Ngicela amadoda ngeke usamakhanda bafowethu. Anginteli into engiyikhulumayo. Ufundisa ingane from zero until ibe neminyaka emingaka to begin to gain from a child. Because uzoyifundisa ku primary level, izofika tertiary, kuthi ngeke uthi uyothola umsebenzi, ithi mase isebenza kuyimo unga expect anything from a child. And chances are you won't even receive any. That it's an endowed grace to a man. That is what makes us men. That is what makes us what? Men. Give painfully, wastefully, unappreciated, abused, but keep on giving. You look at the environment Adam secured. Nothing looked like Adam before Aletelu Eve. That thing was looking like him. Ungangizwa kahle hamba uyifundela iBhayibheli lithi iBhayibheli wasondezela izilwane zonke akatholanga nesodwa akwazi urelate kuso. So as a man, you young men, you need to pay attention to the Genesis 1 principle that I'm teaching on. This mentality yokucabanga ukuthi as a male man you must receive, you must get. That's what will make you a thief. That will make you an abuser. Because you are demanding things, yet you by nature, you are created to invest, give, and you receive later. We as mothers, if you are a mother, you have a boy child. You need to teach them this. Because this mentality, you know, this thing, I don't even understand. Maybe I'm ngizalwa kambi. Ubona indoda iphuka iphele ngoba ithi angithandwa. You are broken ngoba uthi wena abakuthandi wena. Ufuna uthandwa nje. Hello. Aphuka inhliziyo impela. The first thing that a man experienced was rejection, cold shoulder from trees, animals, nature, none to communicate to. So manje le genge lezi ngoba asidluli kule principle. Akangikhulumisi. Hawu. Akangithanda, akangitshengisa uthando. Hey, wena ulaza lapho uthando wena. Ngoba wena you are given love to give. And love will never end in you because you are a tank full of love. Yabo abahlula na ukuvuma labafana. Ngoba landela amantombazana ufana abathanda. Umuntu wesifazana akanalo uthando. iBhayibheli lithi badoda yenzani njani? Yini inkinga yenu? Sibanga nje ukuthi umuntu wesifazana akangithandi. Into esifanele siyibanga ukuthi umuntu wesifazana akangihloniphi. Not ukuthi akangithandi. Uthandani wena indoda uthanda indoda impela unentshebe uthandwa. Ho. Ikuthamba kanje. Sinamadoda athambe too much because afuna lalela umuntu wesifazana mayakuthanda. Ekuthanda. Madoda ngeke nathanda. Umuntu wesifazane mayakuthanda uzobona ngoba ekubamba intshebe akupholisha ikhanda uzokwenza izinto ezindlela expressa ngayo. You become a baby, a child. What it does to you. If that woman can do that in front of people, will you accept it? How do you feel if you are looking at you and your woman, I love you. How do you feel? Because that is not wired in you. It's not wired in you. The loving of a woman to a man is respect. It's humility. When a woman does that, a man will feel loved. We are not inspired by hearing what they say they love it, they don't love us. We should be the lovers. That is a nature of a man. He was created and put in an environment that was very hostile. Rough environment. Alone. One. With the responsibility to take leadership, to be in charge and manage all these things. And make sure that environment is conducive for the family that is coming. Before there was a family, the man was put in an environment. Akafundeli kwi-family. Fundele ehlahleni. Fundele elwaneni. uqala manage unga-appreciate. Amen. Uze ngelinye ilanga uma umkakhe eyozithengela impahla, athenga ama-perfume, athenga iy'cathulo, abe yena engathengelwa. Ungabi umsuka wengxabano lowo. Bonke la ekhaya bathengele konke okusha, yimina ngedwa engacatshanga. Awazi wena ukuthi abanye amakhosikazi anenkinga enjani emadodeni. Kubangwe nje ukuthi mina ngaze ngithengelele, yiwena othengayo. Umthengi wena ofanele azithengele ngoba kakade fanele uficwe ukwazi ukuzithengela. Uzithengele wena, wazinesa wena, waba content wena, wazi into oyithandayo wena, waze waneliseka noma efika une code. This is how I have been. If you add anything, you add from this. Sibange nje ungithengela ngeroll on. Ubunga manje ngakabi kubuthengelo ba. Do I make sense, Bazala? Let me move. Time won't permit me to speak. So that is, a man should understand their responsibility, mastering what God has entrusted in them when it comes to the prophetic. The environment Adam abekuyona, he was the one to prophesy how it should be. He had to visualize and have an idea of how this place should be turned into, without anyone advising, but only God's instruction, enablement, resources, supply, and everything, so that he can decide by himself how this environment should be. Say amen in the house. Amen. The first thing also, another thing that God gave to Adam, abahloli bembhalo bathi i-Eden lesikhuluma ngayo, in Hebrew it's a symbol which represents the presence of something for a moment. It also means an open door and a delightful place. So which means God took a man and put him in the spot for a moment where the presence of God was open door for heaven, so for interaction. And he felt delightful by being in that spot. Leli gama ke mabelichaza lichaza ukuthi it's not actually about a location. It's about an environment, an atmosphere that can be anywhere. It can be removed to any place. That's why mayithi uNkulunkulu gcwalisa umhlaba nandi usho ukuthi take what is here and multiply it. Let it be everywhere. Which means at Eden was a spot for a moment that was located where a man was put to be delightful, which was an open door for interaction with God. But as the man expands, as the man grows, as the man, they are taking their very presence elsewhere. Anywhere where man is, he has taken the very presence, the very experience where he is. It's something that is expandable. It can be carried with you. So as men, we must get used to maintaining our environment that allows us to stay connected with God. If I have a friend, I should be able as a man to maintain my relationship with God with a friend that is a bad friend. If it's a partner, I should be able to maintain my relationship with God even if my partner is not helping for me to be in an environment always which keeps me connected with God. I can't blame a partner for me not being connected with God. I am responsible to fight and keep the environment, because it was given to me first. This person, a friend or whatever, it can be a position, can be money that comes after. It found me with something that I should maintain, even if I got that promotion, I got that money, I got that marriage, or I got whatever. It's normal that when men normally succeed in life, they lose God's presence. They turn, they change. They become something else. Men change by just achieving. And their change is negative than being positive. I mean on the spiritual level. If ungangikholwa kanti ngicela ukukhumbuza ukuthi kinina madoda esinabakhosikazi. Ngingakubuza ngithi, do you pray better now? Do you read the Bible better now? Can you hear God better now compared to before you met your spouse? The answer is no. But the issue now is that syndrome ka Adam, blaming the wife. No. They did nothing. We just failed to keep the weight. First, we instruct her when protect the environment. Keep this atmosphere. When it comes to into fanele, I'm sorry that I would put it blunt as it is, because this is me. With a spouse is when something interferes with God. No. No, I don't know about you. Because that is my life. That is where you found me. That is where has shaped me to be who I am. I can't lose that. I cannot lose that. Same way, if you are a woman and you met God, you are a carrier of God's presence, you have experienced God, and you meet someone who is a man who interferes with that atmosphere, you are responsible to protect that. No excuse to blame someone. No. That's why God never responded to that accusation. He never responded. Adam said, did he say anything? You put me in your own stuff. Ngingenaphi mina kwindaba zawako nomkakho ngathi mohlo umkakho bese uzawuzotshela mina uthi mina nginika umfazi sekufanele kube yimina futhi ngikuphathela umfazi athi uNkulunkulu angizoyiphendula mina leyo nto. Hello. Makuthiwa khonto efanele saziwe ngayo madoda, fanele saziwe ngokuthi makufika entweni zikaNkulunkulu alifakwa. Kuyo yonke into kaNkulunkulu asincengani kuyona. Because we are men. I said because we are men. So, God gave Adam the instructions and the mandate for leadership role of the whole earth, but starting in the spot, very small spot, a garden prepared by God, made it more little bit better than how it could be if God did not prepare it. Take it from here, Adam. Do maintain what I have already started. Continue. Amen. We should always create an environment or cultivate an environment that will make us understand and discharge our duties and our functions without a struggle. Let me repeat again. We should always create an environment and cultivate an atmosphere, environment that will make us understand and be in charge or discharge our duties and our function without a struggle. Don't allow a friend, money, an opportunity, promotion, your education to contaminate your atmosphere to be in God's presence as a man or as a human being. Do not allow it. As human beings, once we succeed, I'm no longer focusing on men now. I said men, normally when they succeed, they become boss, CEO. Even befike enkonzweni bangama CEO. Sikhala sibhunquke singamakhosikazi namanengane ubona indoda ayithintwa ngumoya yona. Ngisho bewa abantu sho ngathi uyayithandazela iyabalance it. I-CEO ayiyo. So we become God CEO. Aningikhola into engisho. Ngicela ikhwaya isukumi labahlabeleni. Ngifuna sibala ukuthi mangaka amadoda ekhwayeni. I want just to prove you. Can you prove me wrong? How many worshippers of God in the choir who lead us in worship, who can immerse themselves in worship, women and men? We are too much of ourselves. God is prove wrong okay, before ngiphume la pulpit. The first worship of God, it was a man. Even in the tabernacle, the choir in the book of Psalms, those sons of chorus were men leading the choir. Where are the men? It's because our success has made us to think, this thing, no, it's for, yeah, you know. That's why in the Senko's when it is figure late. We are boss even to God. God bless you, may sit down. We are too much. We are very tempted. You see, you have never seen a man changing to God by success. Awukazi uyibona indoda ishintshela uNkulunkulu iphumelele. Uxolele ukufika late enkonzweni ngoba etuleti sowumkakhe. Ufuna uba befika enkonzweni bebambene ngezandla. Kuze basibone siyathi sizothandana phambi kaNkulunkulu. Whom are you showing off? Ukuthi niyathandana. Ukuthandana is nothing wrong, but displaying your love here. How much you love God. What are you displaying is equivalent to the love for God. If you are here to show off how much you love each other, I'm asking a question. Is this love you are displaying? Can we find it? The equilibrium. Why display carnal love but spiritual love is not there? God bless you, sir.